Hey guys, Envy here. Let's get into Digimon Adventure. So today we could be talking about what would essentially be the best Digimon advice in terms of being a VPet. Like, what would be the holy grail of like Digimon VPets? What would be the one device to rule them all? You know?
One ring to rule them all.
And I think this is quite an interesting topic because a lot of the VPets, a lot of Digi VPets have really cool features. But what would be like the best like Digivice to kind of put together? You know, what would be the best? So I'm gonna kind of put my thoughts and feelings into kind of hypothetically making like the best Digimon device. So I'm gonna try and talk about like the features that what Digimon fans would want. Like, I mean, what personally I would want is in this device. I mean, merely I can kind of like to sum up in this video. It would just be like a vital bracelet mixed with a regular Digimon Vpet, just with a coloured screen and have the sprites more colourful, and that essentially be it. But I think we can kind of look into this a little bit more, kind of talk about like each features, like terms of like battles, or what battle system could be fun, uh, just just kind of like little features that can like add up to make us amazing device. I'm not a designer. Again, it's kind of like a hypothetical. Um, I'm just a Digimon nerd. So yeah. So for like the first idea for this Digivice in the form of the hub, I would personally like it to be like the progress. With the fact you just got to press a button and you see like the icons and the buttons pop up, but you can kind of scroll through them, like similar to the vital bracelet. But I think the like progress does it a little bit better, of like the icons and stuff. So my second point would be in terms of visuals. I think it would be super awesome to kind of have like the vital bracelet, like visual aspect of having like the sprites and all the animations in color, and like that would be super dope. Being able to see your Digimon actually have color and have like a you almost have like a real personality to it instead of just being in black and white. Also, as well, the animations on the VB are really, really sick in terms of like if you move, you see the sprite move. The battle animations on the VB as well is absolutely amazing as hell. I've kind of got like a little notepad of kind of like things which I'm kind of like explaining it, but I'm trying to. And I think in like terms of like being able to look after the Digimon, I think it's gonna kind of got to be like the same care system as like most of like the normal bricks. Maybe like have the system from like the DMXs with like the random events that pop up. That would be super cool. Like you just casually walk in with your Digimon, and he's ringing whatever he's doing. He's beeping, and you just get randomly attacked. Like that would be like that would be cool. But like generally just have like the care feature of just like regular Digimon V pets. That would be really nice. Well, because I think with the toys and like the VB, it's nice to have the device like have the physical form and be able to see Digimon. But I think you lose like that kind of bond with it because you are the one who's got to look after your Digimon. You've got to feed it, you got to train it, and all that. But the thing is, with the ball brace and the toys, you do the battles, but you don't generally, you can't look after it. Which I think that's what I think it needs to have like a care system in like this ultimate device as well, because it would be like the ultimate, it'd be the ultimate thing. I think another like awesome, like close like visual aspect would be also keeping with the like DMX like random counters and all that. But I think another cool like visual aspect would be to have like the like close up shots that you get with the DMX and the pendulum's heads. But seeing them in full color, like seeing them do like their final attack, that would be absolutely sick with the colors. Maybe like some like other new sound effects. Maybe which could be really nice. But having the close-ups of the Digimon as well would be super, super like amazing. So in terms of battle, I've been kind of like struggling to think like what would be like a really cool battle system with this. And I think it would have to kind of like stick with like the vital bracelet, or maybe like one of the normal like Digimon toys as like a walking thermometer. Thermometer. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but the fact is like you kind of got to walk and then you gauge in battles. So I think if you have that feature in this device, it kind of makes it, feel more life that you're kind of interacting and it kind of like you're interacting with it in real time in real life as well. But I think a really cool feature to have this, you could probably make this video into like a drinking game. How many times can I say features in one video? But
Thanks. I needed that.
But I think one like cool aspect would be to have like in this device would be have the option to evolve your Digimon. So defaultly it's gonna stay at champion, but you should be able to like make it from, champion to mega to ultimate, whatever. But I think you should be able to like evolve it during battles, or you should be able to like, make it transform like back and forth, like much like being like an actual like Diddy distant instead of kind of like, you just gotta wait like a few hours to kind of make it go into its next evolution or sleep overnight and then you know what I mean. I think it'd be cool if we had the choice to kind of make it evolve during battles, like much as like the old classic toys. But the vault, because you get that aspect with the vault bracelet, that in fact, he kind of evolves within a time. But I think it'd be much cooler if us, as the Diddy Distance of the Digimon, would be able to make it evolve during fights. I think that would be super cool. Plus, as well, I feel like you get more attached to like a particular Digimon instead of having like throughout the evolutions, spending more time with it. So I think that would be a really cool like idea. I think going back to like the battle system, I think like the best battle system for this device would be a pendulum. Being able just to shake it, and if you get the right shakes, you can get its like mega hit and all that. But I think being the fact that if you're going to be taking like this device out and stuff, and with like the VAR bracelet and the toys being like thermometers, I'm still pretty sure I'm saying it wrong. But sticking with that and the fact that it's going to be counting your steps and stuff, so I think it should only make sense that the shaking like adds to the battles. So another feature, I like this feature way too much because I work and it's a pain where you're trying to work and you got to keep an eye on this little square guy in your pocket. But the freeze feature has to be in it. It's useful. It has to be in there. Or another good comparison to like what this device could be like, it could be like similar to the Tamagotchi Pixel on meets, like in terms of like their visual aspect as well, which could be really cool because you see like with them Tamagotchis, you can see like the actual movement, the background's got color, everything has like charm to it. So you could essentially kind of have like that system with this Digi device as well, with like the food. Or maybe have like more varieties in food with this device as well, because it's mainly just like meat and stuff. But if you play the Digimon games, you get like different type of like meat. You get like super meat. You get like mushrooms as well. But I think it'd be cool to have like that kind of like Tamagotchi system of having like more foods. Maybe that could be quite cool instead of just going right. It's time to feed you. I've got like 4 hearts left. Meat, give meat. Uh, so I think like another interesting feature we have in terms of connection with having like the 3 pins instead of just like having the battles. I think would be a like another cool idea if you're able just to kind of like have like a play date with another digi device. Again, like similar to like having like Tamagotchis, that you can kind of like go into each other's devices and you can kind of play and interact with each other. I think that'd be cool as well, actually, because it kind of like they're essentially pets, aren't they, Digimon? They're not pets, but like they're like your partners. You kind of fight, but also you can play with them as well. So I think being able to kind of like have Digimons like just kind of interact with each other, not through like fighting, but having like play dates and all that could be really fun. If you like this video so far, I know it's pretty messy and it's kind of just watching me just rant with maybe some visuals in the corner every so often. But if you like this video, please consider and leave a subscribe and a like and maybe a comment as well, like discussing what you want this device. So another question for like this device would be like, how many Digimon can you raise in there? Like, how many Digimon would be in the device altogether? And I think to kind of like to make this a lot easier, or like to choose like a direct path, I think like the dim cards for this device would be really cool. You've got the dim cards with the Vibracelet and all that. But I think essentially keeping the dim cards for this device would be cool because you can buy that dim card for that particular Digimon instead of having to kind of like run through. You might fail up like a particular Digimon like run. But at least if you have like the dim cards with this device, you can essentially, you can kind of keep what you want, and you have like more like choice in what you want with like the dim cards. But at the same time, it does kind of take away from like the main fun of like the normal Digimon Vpets. The fact that you can do blind run throughs and you can kind of get like random Digimon. I feel like it would take the fun of it, but I think at the same time that could improve the system a little bit, having the dim cards, just sticking with the dim cards similar to the Volt bracelet, and the fact you can choose what your Digiline would potentially be. I mean, you got people hacking the dim cards to kind of get in their line that they want stuff. It's like maybe that could be a thing, like the fact you can choose your Digilines, maybe for like an app, maybe you got to connect to your you have to do the whole like scan, touch your phone on top of the device with that, and you can kind of like pick and choose what you want on the device. Maybe there's so many options where you can do that, but I think sticking dim cards, I think, could be like the best option to kind of go around that instead of having like 100 odd Digimon on there. But you can end up screwing up. But again, if you incorporate a system of you being able to choose like when it digivolves into battles and stuff, I think the dim cards work. Uh, the last point would be what would be like what would it look like? What would this holy grail Digimon device look like? And that's a really hard one, especially for facts like you got the Digimon series, with all like the DM, you got the DM, you got the bricks. But I think the best option in terms of visuals and like the actual like casing of it, I think would kind of like stick with the classic brick. Maybe make it a little bit bigger so you can like program it more, maybe so you can kind of hang on your keychain. Plus, where you got to put like the counting step features in it. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if it's just gonna make it like a really chunky like block or something. But I think that could be cool. Or maybe keep the vital bracelet aspects, maybe. But I think people more or less prefer like having like an actual device instead of having just a watch. Uh, Again, the physical form of it is again, this is hypothetical. The physical form of it can be whatever you want it to be. You might want to stick with the D3. You might want it to be the device from Digitamers, or maybe the device from Data Squads. I don't know. Put all these features on one device would be a massive pain, but I think it could be doable. It could be doable. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, awesome. And again, please consider leaving, subscribing, leaving a comment, leaving a comment on what you think could be like amazing. Again, my objective for this channel for this year is to get to 100 subs. We're not even halfway there. We're like 45, so maybe we can get there. Maybe we can get up to 100 and by the end of the year. That'd be awesome as hell. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.